In this week's episode of the Great New South Wales and Queensland Adventure, we're heading deep into Lamington National Park to take on the Larapinta Falls track. This hike takes us through some seriously beautiful rainforest, with towering trees, hidden creeks, and plenty of waterfalls along the way. But this hike turned out to be more than just chasing waterfalls. Along the track, we stumbled across a small piece of history that I definitely wasn't expecting to find out here in the rainforest. So today, we're going to make our way to Larapinta Falls, explore everything this track has to offer, and uncover the story behind the little piece of history we found along the way. Let's get into it. Good morning, guys. It is a very bright sunny day and everyone is setting up for the festival today. So I have packed up and starting to head out pretty promptly, and we're gonna go enjoy this amazing hike. So I don't know too much about this hike. I've only seen a little bit about it. What I do know is that it is quite hard and it is very overgrown and apparently a bit tricky to navigate. But we did Clover Falls earlier in the year, so I'm not too worried. But let's get this show on the road.
Tribe of Noise Music. Tribe of Noise Music. Tribe of Noise Music. Tribe of Noise Music. Tribe of Noise Music.
Alright guys, we are setting off on our grand adventure. We are parked here. Look at this. Just stunning. So I've got pretty much everything in my pack. I've got my trekking poles with me along with rock shoes because I don't really know what I'm going to find. So we're going to go on this epic adventure, make it down to the base, and probably cry on the way back up. Alrighty, so we've got some information here. There are no formed walking tracks beyond this point. Oh, this is gonna be great. Yeah, cool. So this is private property. Pretty general stuff, just don't wreak havoc. All right, let's go. That means this waterfall should be on someone's private land, so it's actually really, really nice that they let people come through here. Yeah, that's really nice actually. Gosh. Looks like there's a bridge thing up there. A tree bridge. It looks like this is a bit of a formed walking path, so I go this way. Yeah, that is a tree bridge. Gorgeous, but sketchy. Oh, okay. Looks like that's a bit of a walking trail through there. People were not joking when they said this was a pretty unkept track. I don't know if this would be easier to climb over or under. I'm gonna try to go under. Looks like there's two kind of ways to go. Looks like it's that way. Oh.
There's a pink ribbon there, so I'm going to trust the pink ribbon. Okay. This has been like a really well-formed track the whole way so far, which is nice. I'm intrigued to see how rugged it gets. That gorgeous. That is one hell of a little waterfall. Wow. I'm gonna get a photo of that because that's beautiful. I got some pretty good photos at this little spot behind me. Good little find. I would stop here for a swim, but I am aware that I actually don't know how long this is going to take me round trip, let alone one way. So we're going to keep going forward. This is one massive tree. Look at this. That's incredible. So we have a pink ribbon here. So we've got to look for the next one clearly. There it is down there. So, assuming we go down here. And we're on a bit more of a formed path now. You can kind of see a path at least. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whew. This is what I expect an Ansel Burn in the South Island of New Zealand to be like. Because I've heard that one's in a bit of disrepair. But we keep following the pink tape. I don't know if you can really see it through the trees, but there's a bloody powerful waterfall down there. Wow. Oh, completely missed that little step there. Not missed, but slipped. Whew. I was going to continue up this way. I just spotted a pink ribbon over there. So, we're going to find a way to get over there. Not 100% certain of the best way. What I might do. This is going to be very dodgy. Don't do this at home. Okay. So, what about that? Is that stable? Oh, honestly, oh my god. Oh. Don't do that at home, let alone with one hand. Okay, now we're gonna drop down safely. Okay, didn't think about how to do that safely, but I think, yep. Haha! Hell yeah! And now we just cross. Ugh. Hell yeah. It appears as though there was a way to cross the creek earlier that we missed because there are pink ribbons. But unless we are supposed to go that way. Hold on. Let's check the All Trails map. Okay, so it looks like that's actually the way to go. Which makes more sense. Because I did not see a way to cross the creek from where I came from. So. Ooh. So I found this very pretty place, and I was just like, where's the pink ribbon? You know, I'm not really confident crossing that wood thing because it's covered in moss, but I found it. It's actually pretty steep. It's gonna suck. Oh, that's gonna suck more to get back down, I think. Honestly. Whew. This hike is actually challenging. It's actually hard. So I just came down that. The camera really doesn't show how steep it is, but I slipped. And now there's mud all on my pants and my hands. Whoopsies. Anyway. Part of the adventure. Track to Stinson Wreck. Oh! Not today. Not today. I think that might be a little adventure if we come back to this area at some point, which I dare say I will. Oh. We have run out of track to really follow. Looks like there's a bit of a track going around there. So it looks like there's a track going up. Might. Yeah, I don't see any pink ribbon. And that looks like it loops around. So I guess we go this way. I also don't see pink ribbon, but we're just going forwards. Whoa. So just had a look on the All Trails map, and there's some random guy's grave up here. At least I don't recognize the name, so to me he's random. But his name was Jim Westray. Never heard of him, but I might look him up when I get some reception. I'm very curious. Well, we've found the grave. This feels like really invasive. Wow, maybe there's some information here about him. I'm a very superstitious person, so there does now I can't read it. Okay, so I've swapped over to my normal glasses compared to my sunglasses. I did take a photo with my camera, but I've managed to make out a little bit. Not a huge amount, but we've got, there does now enjoy eternal rest and happy ease, which thou boast want and brave, and farther from it daily wonderest. What if some little pain the passage have that makes frail flesh to fear the bitter, I can't make out the last word on that line, is not short pain, well, don't know that word, that brings love and lays the soul to sleep in quiet, brave sleep. After that point, after storms season, ease, after war, I can't make out the rest. It's covered in moss on that line. Bravely rest does greatly please, I think. Very poetic. Jim Westray died February 1837. Died at the age of 25. I did notice a little like plaquey thing over here, so it might be, oh, vandalism prohibited. Visitation that has been damaged by vandalism at the site within Lamington. Yeah. Ah, okay. So, not interesting. I was hoping it was going to have some information on this guy. I've never heard of him, but I will be looking him up now. I will try to enhance the photo I took of the tombstone as best I can to try to see if there's any words I missed or anything. And I'll do some research on him and I'll tell you guys what I find out in next week's episode. But this is an incredible piece of history. I don't know how he died, but rest in peace. Rest in peace. Given the time, I dare say he was Christian, so someone's actually left a cross for him, which is very kind. I am not Christian, but may his soul rest in peace. Wow. So it just crossed the river, but I ended up wandering up there. I completely missed the pink ribbon on this side of the river. So I got attacked by a little spiky plant. And I just slipped. Ugh. So I'm now on the other side of the river. I completely missed the pink ribbon on this side, and I went wandering up there and came across a very nasty plant that decided to attack me. It had little thorns on it. So I've got a little split in my lip, on my finger here. It's not bleeding. And just on my arm here too. So that was unfortunate, but that's alright. I did run into 2 hikers. Apparently, I'm an hour away from the falls. Hopefully I get there in under an hour. And silly me, I forgot to bring my headlamp. So, this is going to be a bit interesting. See the pink ribbon over there? That it's very slippery. Actually pretty sketchy. Well, I've gotten 2 falls on camera now. Okay. And there we go. Whew. Hell yeah. This is beautiful. That, wow.
Tribe of Noise Music. Tribe of Noise Music. Tribe of Noise Music.
I hear the voices, it won't come certain. We had no choice.
Tribe of Noise Music.
Someone to believe it. We're here, I'm living.
Tribe of Noise Music.
Only here, I'm breathing.
Alright guys, that is going to wrap up this week's episode. A bit of an adventure. I'm going to get skedaddling pretty quickly, have a snack, and try to get out of here before sundown. But this place is beautiful. Now, I obviously haven't gone for a swim. One of two reasons. One, I know I'm going to go for a longer swim than I have time allowed. Two, there is so much debris in the base, and I can't see the bottom. I don't know what's down there. Not a huge fan of that. But I am going to try to find somewhere tonight to have a hot shower because I'm covered in mud. Anyway, if you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!